Let's go to a percentages skills practice part 1. We're going to just do 10 problems in this video. Now, in the first part here, we're changing percent to a decimal or back and forth. So I'm going to go by colors because it's pretty hard to write. But remember, when you're going from a percent to a decimal, we divide by 100. So 43% would be 0.43. Changing a decimal to a percent, we multiply by 100. So we would get 6.2%. Multiply by 100, 40%. Divide by 100, 0.255. Also remember, percents look bigger. 25.5 looks bigger than 0.255, but that percent sign changes things. Okay, to go from decimal to percent, we multiply by 100, so 2 places, and we end up with 0.045. For this one, that's 94.5%. So when I move it 2 places, I get 0.945. Here, 1.3 is the same as 130%. 0.73 is 73%. That's 5.25% because 1/4 is 0.25. So as a decimal, that's 0.0525 because I had to move 2 places to the left. 0.9%, move it 2 places to the left, 0.009 as a decimal. And finally, 400%, if we move that decimal 2 places to the left, we get a decimal approximation of 4. Now, when we get to these percentage problems, I'm going to set these all up as proportions because that's how my brain prefers to work. So, I have what is 18%. Percent always goes over 100. Of 68, that's my total. My unknown is on the top. When I cross multiply, I get an x value of 12.24. Number 3, what percent? Well, that's x over 100. Of 16 is 6. Cross multiply, and x equals 37.5%. Number 4, 18%. 62 is 18% of what number? Cross multiply, and x equals 344.44. I rounded to the nearest hundredth. Let's go ahead and change colors. I'm kind of sick of the greens. 50 is 120% of what number? Well, percent goes over 100. 50 is of what number? Well, cross multiply, and x equals 41.67. Makes sense. 120 is bigger than 100. 50 is bigger than 41.67. Number 6, what percent? Well, I don't know. Of 20, that tells me the total, is 0.4. Cross multiply, and x gives me 2%. When I solve that, I get 2, and because we're dealing with proportions, you just keep it exactly as is. Number 7, 9 3/4, that's 9.75%, so percent over 100. Remember, 3/4 is 0.75, so 9.75% of 190 is what? Cross multiply, x equals 18.525. All right, let's do some story problems. What is the final price of a $1,498.99 television in a state that has a 5.5% sales tax? Now, you can do this problem with proportions, you can do this problem with equations, whatever. I'm going to do this problem in a way that I'm guessing most people do because you buy things. We all do. It's called life. And I think that when you think about how to find sales tax, right, 5.5%, this is 5.5% sales tax. If I'm buying an item that is $1,498.99 and I multiply by my tax rate, 0.055, this tells me how much tax I'm going to pay, $82.44. That's how much tax I'm going to pay. I'm going to add that to the price of my item, and I'm going to pay a total of $1,581.43. Now, for those of you who are math geeks and you're like, I want to know how to set this up as a proportion, okay, well, think about it. This is 100% of the item. You pay an additional 5.5% for tax. So as a proportion, 105.5 over 100. right? This is after tax, this is before tax. The price of the TV before tax is $1498.99. You're trying to find the price after tax. If you set that up as a proportion, this $1581.43 is what you would get for your answer. Number 9, last night you rolled the dice and went gambling. During the night you played 24 hands of poker and won 9 of them. What percentage of the total games did you win? Well, what percent tells you X over 100? On this side you're thinking part to whole. Well, how many total hands did you play? 24. How many did you win? 9. And there is your part to whole. So when you cross multiply, you end up with 37.5%. Because remember, you're going to take 900 equals 24x, divide both sides by 24. Just a quick refresher on how to solve proportions. Last problem in this video. Kit's ketchup bottle has 3.99 ounces or 3.5% left in after heavy use. How much ketchup was in the bottle when it was full? Okay, so now when you're looking at this problem, okay, we have these two are equivalent. 3.99 ounces is 3.5%. Well, 3.5% percent goes over 100. 3.99 is referenced to 3.5, so that goes on the top. You're trying to find the total, right? The whole. How much is left? So we cross multiply. 399 equals 3.5x. Divide both sides by 3.5. And when that bottle was full, there were 114 ounces in it. And that, my friends, is the end of Skill Practice Part 1.